Hi and welcome back. Sorry we were experiencing a bit of technical difficulties, but let's get into the weather right now in Columbia. So right now we're looking at a high of 54 and it's a little bit cloudy, but we're seeing a low of 31 as we get into tonight, with humidity around 57% and wind about 14 miles per hour. Let's look at the weather across the state. So as we look all across the state, we're seeing pretty median temperatures, staying pretty consistent all across the state. As we get on the coast, we're looking at Myrtle Beach, seeing 50. Rock Hill, we're seeing rain up there. Other than that, we're seeing some clouds through the Midlands and upstate, but some sunny areas down in Orangeburg, Charleston, Hilton Head. Let's take a look at the weather for tonight. So as we get into this evening, we're going to be looking at lows of about 35. Chance of rain is between 3 and 9%. Nothing too crazy like we've been seeing. Let's get into the 5-day forecast. So as we look into this week, we are seeing higher temperatures, which is really exciting. Like I said, for today, we are looking at a high of 57, a low of 35, sun all day. As we get into this weekend, we'll be seeing highs of 54 on Saturday with a low of 24. Super Bowl Sunday, we are seeing a little bit of chillier weather, so make sure you grab those coats, but you can leave the umbrellas at home because it's going to be sunny with just a bit of clouds and a low of 31. As we get into next week, we're looking at highs of 57 with a low of 35. And bless, on Tuesday, we are seeing a high of 64 finally with a low of 52. That's all for now. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Grace.
Thanks, guys. And I'm so happy that Kat was able to make it home and is safe, sound, and more importantly, warm. But let's take a look at this week's forecast. So like I said earlier, today we're looking at a high of 55 with a low of 31. As we get into this weekend, we're looking at highs of 48 on Saturday and Sunday with lows of 30 and 25. Super Bowl Sunday, it's going to be a cold one. You can leave that umbrella at home, but make sure you bring a jacket, especially as it gets later into the night after kickoff. Next week, we're looking at highs of 55 with a low of 31. And I know everyone is so happy about this. We're finally making it to the mid-60s. Okay, on Tuesday it's going to be a high of 64 and a low of 34. But that's all I have. Back to you guys.